Hey friends, it is Melissa with Junk and Craft Treasures on the Junk and Craft Treasures page and cross-posted to Decoupage Central. Happy Tuesday, guys. If you are watching this, you're most likely on the replay. So hashtag replay and let us know that you were here tonight and let us know what you think if you're watching the replay, what you think of the project for the evening. So I'm excited to be here. I'm here every Tuesday night at 8 p.m. Central, guys. So we work on molds, transfers, decoupage papers, all the things. We answer all the questions. So come on in as you're coming in and say hello. And I hope everybody's having a fantastic Tuesday. Hey, Erin, I see you. I'm going to scoot y'all back here just a little bit. And we will get started here in just a second, guys. If you saw, I did a post today. I have a really cool surface. I have been deliberating all day long what I wanted to do on this surface. Hey Maggie, hey Heidi, how are you? So if Jonelle is watching tonight, she's going to be like, that is nothing that you even suggested today, because I went from molds to decoupage paper to transfers to all the things. And y'all, I'm going to show you some ideas that I have with it, and then we'll do what I decided on at the very last minute. Hey Barb and Tracy, and how are you, Susan? Good to see y'all tonight. Okay, so I wanted to show y'all some, let me show you my surface, and I'm going to show you some of the rice papers that I want to do with this. And y'all, I do have another one of these surfaces, so I will be doing another project with it soon. But like I said, I have a long time ago when we started working on the little IOD mold frames, when I was doing them with black and flowers, I said I was going to do like a wall with different frames and all of the things with ornate stuff. And they're all on that black and gold theme. So that's what we're going to go with tonight. Hey, Teresa. Hello, Ann and Eleanor and Marta. I missed some of y'all. I didn't do that intentionally. Hey, Luann. How are you? So here is my surface. Let me get this out real quick. We are going to work with this surface. If you saw a project that I did back in the fall, we had a very similar frame like this, but it actually had a mirror in the center. Well, now we have this with a wood center, so we don't have to worry about treating and doing all of that stuff in the center like we did with the mirror. Hey, Lessa, you are on the live, Becky. Welcome. Okay. So, y'all, these are some of the surfaces, some of the papers that I wanted to put in the middle of this. So I'm going to show them to you real quick because we may end up doing them all at some point by the end of the year. But look at this piece right here. Would that not be adorable? Inside of that wood piece, we could add some stamps up here if we wanted to. We could leave it like this. We could add a stencil. I think this is a super, super cute piece. Yes, and I know. So I think this would look really cute in there for like a farmhouse kitchen look, or if you like roosters and chickens and all of the things. Y'all know I love my flowers. So this was another contender to go in the middle of this surface, this brace paper right here. It would have cut off right about here, but y'all, we are going to do this one another night. Hey, Brenda. Hello, Val. How are you, my friend? Good to see you. Hey, Mary. Mary, I just saw your pictures on your regular page. Those were so cute. Hey, Gina. I know the chicken is super cute, so I love that. I also love the simplicity of this flowered paper. I think it would look really cute with a stain or white. Like, just picture that in the middle of there with this painted, either stained or white with some distressing. I think that would look gorgeous. So like I said, those are my three top contenders for the middle of the surface with rice paper. So I had to show those. Like I said, we will do these another night, but I wanted to show them to y'all because like I told y'all today, I wasn't sure what I wanted to do yet. Hey, Kathy. Now, what I did is I took a piece of plastic that I had some stencils come in, and I traced the inside of the circle. So whatever I do on the inside of the circle, I can lay this clear plastic to, and I guess you could do it with, like, I don't want to say saran wrap, but if you have another type of clear plastic. But then what I can do, let me see, for example, which book? Yeah, it was this book. Hang on. So on this first page in the new, y'all, I'm gonna get there, I promise. Hey, Rita. I know, so cute. I love sunflowers, Mary, so that was awesome. Okay, so let's say we have this piece right here, and we're not sure how much of it we're gonna actually use on our piece. We can lay this, and we can tell with the grids, piece of plastic, and we can put it over it to measure what's gonna show on our design. So, here are my choices for tonight. Thank you for sharing, I appreciate it. I love this piece. So do we want to do, y'all have to tell me which one we want to do. Hey, Raquel. Oh, awesome. Eleanor, I'm so excited to hear that you love the papers. So do we want to do this one right here? Oh, I guess I should tell y'all. I'm going to do a black. I'm going to do black and gold. And if you caught the beginning, I'm working on like a gallery wall with black and gold with different things. So that plays into it with this piece. Or the yellow rose. And if I do the yellow rose, I'm going to do a little bit of script with, well, I'm going to do script with both of these that are in these sets. So it's going to be black. So which one do we want to use? Do we want to do 1 or 2? Now, I will tell you my logic behind the yellow because I don't have anything else that's really that bold and bright. But we're in Texas, Yellow Rose of Texas, so I was kind of thinking the yellow roses, but I love this one too. So what do y'all think? 1 or 2? And I'm going to go ahead and prep my surface while we're deciding. So this gorgeous transfer right here with 1. And again, I cut this plastic so I can see how much of my design is going to be on here and what will be cut off, so I can kind of manipulate it. So I can cut off some of this right here, just have the yellow roses. So that is a little tip. If you have rice paper or any surface, just take a plastic so you can guide yourself to what you want to do. I'm seeing a lot of 2s. So are y'all having a great Tuesday? Y'all, and if you are interested, I always forget to say this, if you are interested in any of the papers, the transfers I'm showing tonight, just comment interested, and I will send you a link to my ambassador link so you can go check those out after the live. I know, Eva, I think number 1 would be beautiful. Now, this surface, guys, I got it at Hobby Lobby. It comes with a sawtooth hanger. It's regularly $30, so I got it on their 40% off sale, which makes it, I think, $18. But it's got some very intricate pieces in here, so we are gonna see how long this takes to paint, y'all. G says 2, Luann says 2. Of course, we've got, if Jamie's on here, she's probably laughing. I've got a brush that fell apart already. Let's use our chip brush. It'll be faster. It'll be a little bit faster. And then if I need to get a smaller one, I'm doing the whole thing in black, guys. Remember, we're gonna have a pretty transfer in the middle. We're gonna use some gold. And this is the first surface that I've used of this before. So with this style, so we'll see how the wood absorbs, what it looks like, all those things together. Yellow rose. Everybody's saying yellow. Are y'all saying the yellow rose because I said the yellow rose of Texas? Or are y'all just saying it because you think that one would look the coolest? Because I tell you, and then we had in the, I think it's, oh, is it Grotto with the birds? There's a really pretty oval piece that has a hummingbird on there. Terry loved that one. So we will probably come back at some point and do that one too, y'all. I have a lot of ideas and things that I want to show y'all. Yeah, I think it's gonna be challenging. We'll see. You know, I like to do things with y'all, so if you decide to get a certain surface or something, you can see how difficult, how long it takes. And again, when I use paint, y'all, I always hold my brush to an angle. That way I don't have like a pile of paint. You think it would look the coolest? You think it would be beautiful? I think it will too, Shasta. We'll see. We will see. Now, I will tell y'all, because like I said, this is the first time I have used this particular surface. It is soaking up the paint very well. I'm not going to focus on the middle anymore, but one coat, we can kind of see how much it's soaking up that wood because we've got a little unevenness. But as it dries, it'll look a little bit better. It's a I don't know if it's a resin wood. I'm not sure, but I am going to switch to another brush. I am not liking that. I hear you, Kimberly. I hear you. So this is going to be a little bit challenging. The plastic one that we did before, the paint really just rolled off that plastic with our primer. I'm going to try to be pretty generous so we don't have to paint this twice. But we're going to make it happen. We got an hour, right, y'all? So no need to rush. But yes, I agree, Erin. It is going to be a booger. And y'all, if one more of these tries to come off on me, yes. Okay, so what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to paint the outside. And then we'll come back and touch some of that detail on the inside. If it's going to be too difficult to get to all the inside, I'll take a smaller brush after the live. But I think we're going to be okay. I think we'll be fine. We just may need a lot more paint than I thought we would. But you know what? That's the joy of creating. I can say this. Sometimes when we do the plastic, when we prep it with a primer, we miss a lot of spots. This one coat, we're not going to have to go back because we'll be fine. I am looking, y'all, I'm trying to think what may be. I wonder, hang on. I'm looking for a different brush. Hang on, I got one right here. I'm thinking this brush might work easier. A little bit smaller. A little bit smaller. Now, you could also spray paint this, and it might be easier. But we will see. I'm going to get in all of these little nooks and crannies here. And I am having to use a pretty good amount of paint too, y'all. So, if you get this, it's not your normal smooth. It is rough, and it's going to take a little more paint, but it's going to be worth it, I think. Any good surface is worth it, right, y'all? You have never, well, I will tell you, I haven't been inside of one in almost 2 years. But I do their online when they have free shipping on different things, because I don't know if you know, every other week they like alternate on wood surfaces and knobs and things like that. So I do alternate. Y'all, this is going to be one of those projects when we're done. It's going to be a labor of love, and it's going to be fantastic. I'm going to focus on the inside, and then we'll come back and do the outside. I was getting all consumed. I'm trying to think how I want to do this, but it's going to be beautiful. Look at that. It's going to be beautiful. I just got to get my rhythm down, which brush is going to work better. You know what? And this little one may work better all the way around. You know what? Let's do the little brush. Let's do the little brush, y'all. Even if we spray painted it, I think it might be, look, that's going to be so pretty, y'all. Hey, Laura. Yeah, the spray paint will get the outside of it, but it's still not going to get the inside, Jana. So, but you know what? When you're live, sometimes you think things take longer than they do, because you want to have that, you don't want to bore people and all of that. But I think doing it like we're doing it right now is going to work perfect, because I can work in sections and it'll be just fine. Yeah, it's going to be pretty. Hey, Norma. I'm going to move my paint over here because I am right-handed, and I don't know why I'm going to get the very, very outside after I've gotten all of the inside, y'all. Y'all know I love my regular sanded birch and pines. This is not that. So like I said, I do have a couple other ones, but I may in the future have those painted for you in advance. I know, Liz, right? Actually, I've got it going now. I don't know if you can tell I got my rhythm going here, but it took me forever to figure this out. Now we're already on the side. So I just had to go. I was thinking my chip brush was going to be the answer, but actually the smaller brush with a little more paint than I normally would use is the answer. And then when we come over here, get that. I know they're really pretty. But yeah, this is working, y'all. This is working. It won't take as long as I thought now. Just had to have the right brush. Brushes are important. Gotta have that right brush. But see, that chip brush wasn't getting in all of those little nooks, and that other brush was a little bit too big. So this one is working fantastic. And then, like I said, we'll get that outside edge. I hear ya. You know, I used to be the same way. Well, actually, let me tell y'all a story. So y'all know I started out with stenciling, and I did not know when I first started out that there were dryers to dry your projects quicker. And I would prep my pieces, and then, you know, because the paint bottle said, you know, 12 to 24 hours, y'all, I would wait 12 to 24 hours before I painted my surface. And then I would stencil over my surface and doing one coat, and I'd wait another 10 to 12 hours before I'd go back and do my second coat. Do y'all know how long it took me to get stuff done? And then I saw somebody that had a dryer, and I'm like, why have I not been doing that? Why? So that sped up that. So I'm not going to say that built my patience up, but it really did. Because I always wanted to see the end result, like, immediately. But when I did that, I had to wait. Hey, Heather, how are you, dear? I hope everybody's doing well. Has anybody done any projects with their molds yet, or their transfers? What have y'all been making? What are y'all most excited about if y'all placed an order? Y'all let me know. Y'all, this is gonna be so pretty. I know, right? I know. I mean, we're almost halfway finished, so I know that still sounds like it's far away, but it's really not. I agree, Marilyn, and like I said, I was trying to do the fastest for y'all, but sometimes fastest isn't the best. So y'all know how I always have like little teaching moments. That would be my advice for this. We want to make sure our surface is good, pretty thoroughly painted. So we will take the extra. It's probably going to add an extra 10 minutes to the final project, but we're going to make sure that we've got it nice and covered. Got a little spot right here. I'm thinking, you know what, y'all, I can catch some of this from the back. I don't know why I'm trying to do it like that. Let's catch it from the back side. Nobody's gonna see the back side. What does it matter, right? Nobody's gonna see that. And since we're using black paint, we can go on the back side if we want to. If we're gonna sell it or something, we can go on the back side and paint it all black. Right? I know, girlfriend. I'm telling you, it's like the little tricks and tips that we learn as we're doing a project. Okay, so that's going faster for the inside right there. We'll go back and grab this part. Girl, I saw that, Nikki. It was so pretty. I had an opportunity, rare opportunity, to be online for about 10 minutes before my live. And I saw that, and I saw your truck, which was super cute. And your heart. Oh, girlfriend, prayers for you. We lost our power on Saturday, but not for as long as you have lost yours today. So prayers for you with the fires and everything. Hello, hello. Over here it is 8:18. I don't know what time it is there, but it is 8:18 here. We are on for 1 hour, guys. So we will have this done, I promise. Because really the only thing we have to do after we paint this is apply our transfer and our gold rub and buff. And the gold rub and buff won't be on the insides. And y'all, at the beginning when I was like, this is a pain, really, it's not that bad. It's really not that bad. Now that I have the right tool. Hey, Mary Ann, how are you? Just gotta have the right brush. And I didn't. So now we're gonna have to wash extra brushes because I didn't have the right brush, but see, we already got one side done. And then all we have left is this part. Y'all, so does anybody have anything exciting going on this week? I was live Tuesday, Wednesday, and I was live on this page on Tuesday last week. Then I had my private mystery box group on Wednesday. Did another live on Friday, a live on Saturday, a live on Sunday, and a live today. So I am taking the rest of the week off after tonight, and then we'll be back live on Friday. But I had a lot of lives last week. Oh, I'm so sorry, Val. Prayers, my dear. Had to move your mom in. I know that is not an easy thing. I've got a friend that's going through something kind of similar right now. And I know it is a transition and not easy. Okay, guys, we are making progress. I'm excited. So if you missed the very beginning, I showed some rice papers that I think would look fantastic in the middle of this frame if you've got this frame for yourself. I know today when I posted it, a lot of people said they have it, so I hope I gave you some ideas to use in. Now, I'm gonna tell you, there is a round little circle that I am not even gonna attempt to get my brush in because, yeah. You did, and we had that last Wednesday. The replay is over there in the private group, and everybody's posting their projects over there, so hop over there and check that out. Yep, Maggie, I get it. I get it. I'm a lot of work too for Terry. You can ask him. He'll tell you the same thing with having to wrap my legs and my pumps and all the things. So I completely understand what y'all are going through. All right, we're getting there, guys. Isn't this gonna be gorgeous? And I haven't done the outside because that's gonna be the easiest part. So I didn't want to get black paint all over myself. So just making sure I saw when I lifted that up that I missed right there. So how many of y'all have used this frame already? I love surfaces. I love different surfaces, obviously, or I wouldn't do what I'm doing. But I think this is a great surface for an elevated project with our decoupage paper and transfers. Y'all tell me if y'all agree, because I think it's gorgeous. So really the only difference between this one and the mirror that we use is that one is plastic and one is wood. And you don't have to do the prep, but you do have to use a little more paint on this particular one. But the one that we did back in the fall, Christmas time with the Santa was so darn cute, y'all. It turned out precious. We actually hung that up by our fireplace. I think there is a smaller version. I may be wrong. All right, guys, coming up on the home stretch here. Not a whole lot to go. I keep looking at the clock because I'm like, what time is it? We do have bunnies in our shop, Maggie. We sure do. Just go to junkandcrafttreasures.com and we have bunnies. If you're looking for bunny rice paper, decopagecentral.com has tons of bunny rice papers. Tons, and they're so cute. But we have some wood bunnies for sure. And I think I sent you some wood bunnies last year. We have some of the same bunnies, but we have some new ones coming too. I just need to get them decorated before we get them online. Hey Angie, how are you, dear? Good to see you. Hope you're doing well. We are painting the, not gonna say the most detailed frame I've ever done, but it is very ornate for sure. Taking a lot of paint, but that's okay. See, we're almost done, y'all. We just have this little area left. Hey Kathy, how are you, dear? I'm seeing some of y'all that haven't been able to catch me for a live in a while, so I'm glad y'all are here. Let's see. I'm just gonna make sure. Sometimes when you look with different angles, you see different things, and that's where I'm at right now. Just making sure I got everything. Got one spot right here. Okay. This is just, it's Fusion Mineral, but you could use chalk paint. You can use any type of acrylic paint. Y'all, I tell y'all all the time, especially here lately, when I first started out, I'd use Sherwin-Williams. I'd go down to their store and they have little sample containers. So I'd pick out the colors that I wanted. I think they came in like 4 ounce, and I use that on all of my signs, stain-wise and paint-wise. And it's not an acrylic paint, it's just a regular paint. I use the flat, I think is what I used. And then I moved up to some chalk paints, and then Fusion Mineral paint and some Dixie Belle colors are like my favorite go-to paint. But for years I used the other paint, and there is nothing wrong with it. Do what you can do in your budget for paints, guys. Paint is it's all about how you prep your surface and how you seal your surface to how your paint is going to react. Hey Joyce Ann, thank you for the stars, my friend. I appreciate it. Working hard on this frame here. Yeah, I'm afraid, y'all, if you tried to spray paint this, I'm not sure how well that spray paint is gonna do on the inside of it. Outside will be perfect, but the inside, not 100% sure that you can get all that spray paint in there. But y'all, we have almost completed the outside. Then I'll go around the out, the in, or the out, and we'll be good. And I'm using a fairly good amount of paint here on each stroke that I use, so we're not gonna have to do a second coat at all, y'all. I know y'all will be happy about that. Happy that you don't have to sit here and watch me for hours paint a surface. Sometimes I forget when I have like these really ornate frames like this that they do take a little while to paint. All right, let me make sure. Let me put on my glasses here. Hey, Kathleen. Let me make sure I've got. Because there never fails, y'all. I will go to hold this up and I'll be like, I missed a spot. See, there's one right there I missed. I missed that whole thing. Y'all, I know y'all were screaming that at me. Y'all were like, Melissa, you missed the whole side of that. What in the world? How did I do that? That must have been the last piece. Last piece that maybe not. It may just be losing my mind. Because y'all know I can do that too. I'm crazy sometimes. All right. I just saw, yeah, this side right here must have been. And I want to get right in there too. All right, guys. Now we'll do the outside. If a little bit of wood is showing, I am okay with that. But funny how when you put on your glasses, guys, that you can see things a lot more clearly. Let's see. Just a little touch up here and there. And like I said, if I have a little wood showing, I'm not upset about that. But if I got big chunks showing, that's not what I want. Okay, now we're gonna do the outside. All right, so here we are. Gorgeous. We're gonna let that, I've got a brush bristle right there that I want off. And make sure we got no clumps right in here, because that's gonna show. Okay. All right, y'all, we'll do the outside and we'll be good. Yeah, that's where my thumb was at. I was like, I missed the whole entire part. Now I'm gonna get really, really dirty. I probably should have an apron on. But again, this part's gonna go super quick because it's just the outside of the frame. Hello? Oh, I thought you said my name. Sorry. All right, oh, I'm having a hot flash now. But you know what? This is gonna be a pretty project. 919, you're looking for more crafts to create. What type of crafts are you looking for? Because we do them all here. We do decoupage, molds, transfers, all the things, y'all. I don't know about y'all, but there is nothing more satisfying when we do a really good frame and have an awesome piece in the middle, like any of those decoupage papers I showed y'all at the beginning. Transfers, you know what, molds would look super cute. One of the things I was thinking about doing on here too, y'all, is I was gonna do the carrots in the middle because Easter's coming up, and which y'all know that. I don't know why I said it that way, but I was thinking about doing the carrots in there, and I thought that would be cute. If you know what would be really pretty in here? The tulips. I just now thought about that. The tulips in here with the 3D, and maybe do, okay, that may be what we do next, y'all, on this. And I'll have the frame painted on the next one. And we'll do tulips with some iridescent paint and do like a little flower arrangement. That would be so pretty. Do all kinds. I love it. Yeah, you are in the right place for sure. I'm live every Tuesday at 8 and Sunday at 1 over here. And I post at least 1 to 2 times a day, if not more. And I do have a broadcast channel. If you're interested in getting notifications for the lives, guys, do exclamation live, LIVE, and it'll give you the instructions for my texting app. And I do not personally send texts late at night. One time, they did send a text message. They were having a problem with the service and it did go out late. But I try to be considerate of that. I don't do auctions, Kimmy. Every Monday morning, about 9, 10 o'clock, I put up pieces on my website for sale. And then we ship them either Tuesdays, Thursdays, depending on the week. Like last week, our mail lady didn't run at all. So some things from last week just went out yesterday. But we do that every Monday. So if I create something and I put it up there, that is where it will be. And I know a lot of y'all have taken advantage of it. And I know some of y'all didn't know that I did that. But every Monday, I put stuff up in the morning. Hey, Kathy, how are you, dear? All right, guys, we are almost finished, and we can put our transfer on, and I'll show you how to seal this. Do I have my sealer? We'll use wax today. Do I have my wax? That might be the question. I may not have my wax. Ooh, but you know what would be pretty, y'all? We could put a resin on here because it's very sturdy. Do I have my resin? What do we want to do, resin over this? That might be pretty. Hey, Jerry, how are you, dear? What do we want? How do we want to seal this? I don't know. I don't know. We'll see how it looks and then we'll decide how we're going to seal it. I don't see my wax. That's okay. I had a tea rose that I used this weekend. I still haven't found my tea rose. So stuff just flies away. Comes back when it's ready to be used again. All right, guys, we are finished. We have gotten all the way around this entire frame. Where is that? Where is that? That's my help me mirror. There we go. Got it. Okay. Did a little bit better on this side. The only things I'm missing are that little under area right there. All right, now we're done, guys. Okay, so, ooh, I see one spot. Telling you, you think you got it all, and then it's like, boom, there's a spot. I'll go back and check that after. All right, there we go. We got it, guys. We got it. I tell you, I'm telling you, it's like a new day every day when I come in here. Okay. I know, right, Gina? No, actually, we're just using black today. I'm trying not to touch my face, but somehow I got black on my phone, so I've been obviously spritzing the black everywhere. Okay, so I think we decided on the yellow roses. I think that is what we decided on. I actually do not do those anymore. I don't even know what day in the 19th is. Hey, Shannon. All right, so I am making sure that my center, which it's going to be because we did this a while ago, but I'm making sure that it's really dry because we're putting a transfer on it. So we want to make sure we didn't get any paint splatters on there. I'm going to let the other kind of dry just a little bit on its own. Okay, guys, I'm going to take some sandpaper. And remember, I didn't care if this was completely covered because we're going to have that transfer over it. But I'm going to take my sandpaper. It's a high grit. I think it's, let's see, what is it? It's a 600. Anything over 250 will be perfect. So we're just going to sand that down. And then I'm going to take my shop towel and I'm going to wipe it over it to make sure we don't have any paint residue left behind, guys. We don't want any of that residue. Now, I will say I did notice on this particular frame that they used some wood glue, and so I don't know if it's how they did it, but I can tell. I don't know if y'all can see that. Right here is where they used some of that wood glue to hold it together. So it didn't paint real well with the first coat, but like I said, we're using the transfer, so we should be good. So let's grab our transfer out of our book. I will go back and read that. Hey, Jennifer, how are you, dear? I'm gonna find my yellow rose here. Now I gotta find my scissors. Now, I know I had my scissors here. Here they are, because I cut my circle out before the live. Okay, so these have grids. So, and I've used some of this already, so I'm just going to pick it up right here. I'm going to move that butterfly so I don't accidentally mess that up. And then we're just going to come through and we should be good. Okay. Hey, Mitzi, how are you, dear? Now, remember, we took our round piece of plastic, which I know is hard to see, and laid it down so we could see what all was going to transfer. Obviously, this down here isn't going to transfer. I had to choose my leaves and stuff. You don't know if you hit send, but your question is, what do I put up on Mondays? I put up on Mondays if I have any projects that we are selling. I try to work on a couple projects over the weekend as well that I don't necessarily show on lives or reels. So I put those up if we have any for the week. And then some of the projects I do during the week, I put them up as well. So, yep, Yellow Rose of Texas. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this and we are going to take this right here to the bottom, and then I'm going to go ahead and make sure I've got this facing the right way. I don't want all of that on my frame. So I am going to cut right around here. That way it does not accidentally get to my frame. Now we could take it off if it does, but in my experience, it's better to cut it down before we do, just so it doesn't stick to it. Does that make sense? Oh, okay. You are good. You are good, girl. All right, I'm gonna like I said, we're gonna do some other things on here too. So I'm gonna put it a little bit of an angle, and I'm gonna take off the backing. Bring this right up to that corner. Like I said, I'm not going for perfectly in the center because we're putting a couple other things on here as well. Okay, let me grab my tool. Now we're going to use our burnishing. Y'all, I got so lucky. The hanger is right here. I wasn't even paying attention to where the hanger was. And right when I put this down, I'm like, oh, I bet the hanger is on the bottom. But we were good. Okay, so we're going to take this and we are going to burnish this in. That's what I was just saying, Jana. I got lucky today. Today is my lucky day. I can tell you that right now. But if we would have done it upside down, I would have had Terry take it off and flip it over for me. So, yeah, because that would be a sad day. So now I'm just gonna work a little piece right here, and we're gonna get this transferred in. I don't know where my wax is, guys. I've been kind of eyeballing as I'm going, but that's how I'm going to seal this piece. Is I'm gonna take some clear wax and I'm gonna go over the transfers with it. Once they're on there, I'm gonna let it sit for a little while, maybe probably till tomorrow afternoon, and then I'll go through and put that wax on it. I have done wax immediately and it has been completely fine. But with this wood and how it's absorbing things, I'm gonna wait. Thanks, Lisa. I always go around when I do my transfers, just so I know I get all of the design and I can work into the middle, and that way I don't ever lose the bottom or edge of my piece. Now, if we would have done rice paper in the center, we would have wanted to do the center in white. Okay, we wouldn't have done the black color. And then we would either do the iron-on method or the normal paint, where we would apply our Mod Podge. While it's wet, we would put our decoupage paper on, and then we would come back and put our rice paper down. And then once our rice paper was dry, we will put that top coat on, and you can use a spray top coat. Doesn't have to be, oh, this is so pretty. Doesn't have to be the Mod Podge. Some people don't like to use the brush on, so spray is fine, whatever you prefer. Are y'all ready to see this? We still got to put our rub and buff on the edges, and like I said, we're going to use a little bit of script on here too. Maybe. I'll have to see. Give me some hearts if y'all are ready to see this. So you'll know it's all burnished in when your paper becomes clear like this, or opaque, I guess is the word. Y'all, it is so pretty. Are y'all ready? Who is ready? All I'm doing, guys, is I'm just taking my hand over the transfer, and then if you have like any glue pieces or anything, just kind of like take your hand, rub it off. The heat of your hand will help. Y'all, is that not gorgeous? Look at that. So if you've ever wondered how transfers show up on black, this is how vibrant they are. Now, I was really thinking, hang on, y'all. We could put a butterfly on here. Let's put a butterfly. Do we want to put a butterfly down here? I was going to put script, but let's put this right here. What do y'all think about that? And maybe even like that butterfly right there. Okay, hang on. I wasn't going to use this part, but we're going to do it. We're going to make it happen. So it's just going to kind of go over it just a little bit. You can go over your transfers, so let's make it happen. Let's make it happen, y'all. Hello, hello, how are you? So we're going to use this. It's really cute. It's got a little butterfly on it. We could use it like it is. Let me see. I think this is going to be like the perfect little touch right here. So let me kind of cut this at an angle. I can lay it just right. I'm going to lay it. Okay, let me make sure, because I don't have my flowers straight, so I want to make sure this part gets straight. The concentration, can y'all feel the concentration right now? Can y'all sense it? It's gonna go like that. So we're gonna bring it just like that. Okay, I'm good, y'all. I got it. I got it where I want it. This is like I said, once you get the frame and you've got like the perfect frame done, and then adding all the details for your custom piece is like the, what do you want to call it? Like the funnest part to see what it's all going to look like. And I know this is backwards for y'all, but I will post a picture of it the right direction as well. And if y'all are interested in these transfers, guys, just comment interested and I will send y'all the link after the live. Y'all, this is fantastic. Can't stand it. Look at that. And then we're gonna add one more little butterfly right here. Oh, I love it. Okay. Let's do, I don't know if I want to do that one. Or we could do, I don't know, y'all. I don't know which one. I'm committing to the project. I committed. All right, let me get this on here. kind of got it going away from the flower, but it kind of goes with how my flowers are laid. So y'all saw me kind of turn it around to decide exactly how I wanted it. Perfect decision as well. So we've got it right up there, coming off of our surface, off of our flower. Y'all, gorgeous. All right, so I will let that sit. I will put some wax on it. Clear wax over the top. Make sure that is down right there. I'm not sure. Okay. And I may go and add a little bit of black around there after, but I'm gonna let that sit for a little bit, make sure it's dry. We are gonna use Antique Gold Rub and Buff. And remember guys, even though I have a cool frame for this, you can use any kind of wood to do this, any type of glass, any type of surface. So we just have to prep our surfaces different. Okay, so we're gonna see how this works. If we don't like it on this wood, we will use gold paint. All right, so again, before, which is just gorgeous, just like this. I'm glad we went with the yellow roses. All right, let's give it a test. Okay, this is my watery one. We're not using watery one today. Let me get my other one. I may not have my other one. We may use the water one. Y'all, that bronze was like, okay, stop, Melissa. Focus. Okay, here's the gold. All right, I have one that's runny and one that's not, and I really prefer the one that's not runny over the one that's runny. Okay, so I've got Rub and Buff. I've got a makeup applicator. I just put my Rub and Buff on the back side. No, the wax is going to be my my sealer. The wax will be my complete sealer, so it will make it waterproof. So yep, that is going to be, and I'm not going to worry about sealing this. Let me make sure this is dry because I let some of it dry on its own. Let's just make sure. Okay guys, so Rub and Buff. I'm gonna offload it just a little bit for the first experimental. We are good. Yay. Okay, I wasn't sure, and I'll be completely honest, the way this wood was soaking up the paint, I wasn't sure how the Rub and Buff would actually take to this, but it is hitting those high notes just perfect. So high notes, whatever you want to call it, detail. So what I'm going to do is I grabbed that one again, y'all. Why do I keep grabbing that one? I need to put that to the side. All right, so I'm going to do one side and hold it up, and then we'll finish it out. Y'all, this is going to be gorgeous. Y'all know I love anything ornate. That's why I love the IOD molds, because they've got so much ornate to them. So I will say the Rub and Buff is a lot easier than I thought it was going to be. Yes, it is. It is. All right, guys. Like I said, I'm going to do half of it and hold it up for y'all. So I'm just doing that part. And we'll come up here real quick. Are y'all excited to see the end result of this? I am super excited. Okay. Rub and Buff side. Non-Rub and Buff side. What do y'all think? Rub and Buff. No Rub and Buff. Looks gorgeous either way. So if you left it black, red, white, a little bit of wood, that's what it would look like. This is what it's looking like with our rub and buff. Now, if we want to, we can go in and buff it, and it gives it just a little bit more shiny. But with this wood, I'm not 100% sure that it's going to buff just right. So I think it's looking fantastic. So you could do a test if you are not sure what your rub and buff is going to look like. You can do a small area before you do the entire area, just to kind of give yourself a little preview. And then if you don't like it, just take that black paint and put it back over it. You may have to do a couple coats, but it will cover it back up. Rub and buff for the win. I know, it kind of like takes that piece to that extra level there of elegance. Is that the word I'm looking for? So this piece will definitely go on my ornate black flowered wall. So that's why we did this piece. And I will show y'all that when I get it all together, because y'all are going with me on the process of making all the things for it. So you know how people do like just the gold frames for their walls with pictures? I'm doing black with the pop of color and the gold rub and buff. So be a little bit different than just the gold frames. But y'all know, I may surprise you. I may have just some gold, antique gold frames in there. Don't let rub and buff scare you. It can be a little intimidating until you get it down, but once you get it down, you're good. So do some practice if you need to. All right, so here is the outside with that rub and buff, and then I am gonna go add to this raised area right here. Let me show that up for you one more time so y'all can see what it looks like. I know, honestly, I don't know what I used to do without it, Mary, because I love it so much. So I'm going to start with the inner rim, and then I'll work out to the outer. Again, until I know how it's going to take in that area. I'm going to be kind of light-handed with it. And then we'll... I don't want to say like I'm distressing, but I'm going to do some areas darker and then some areas lighter, just to pick that up. So it kind of matches their whole frame here. And y'all, I am definitely working in sections on this piece today. All right, so there's with the inner. See what I was talking about? I did some light, a little bit darker, and then we'll do the last part, which is probably going to be the hardest, just because I don't know exactly where I want to put it, but kind of go around this edge. And I'm not doing it real dark, y'all. Can y'all tell I've worked with rub and buff a little bit? I kind of got, when I used to use it on my fingers, I kind of got in the groove of how to do it with a makeup applicator. And I'm doing this the same way I do the framing for my pieces, y'all. I'll start out lighter, and then I'll look at it, and if I want to add it a little heavier, I can go back and add it a little darker in some places. Okay, I am good with that. Let me see. Hang on, y'all. I gotta visualize it here now without the light. y'all think? What do y'all think? I think it turned out fabulous. Thank you, Carrie. All right, guys, so again, I am not going to seal this outer part at all. I will take some clear wax and seal this part. What do y'all think? Oh, so pretty. Trying to hold it still for y'all. Trying to. So we took one transfer, added another transfer, added the butterfly. Y'all, so cute. Thank you, Susan. I think it's gorgeous. It's gorgeous. If I decide to add, I'm trying to think, because I really like this chunky, I may go and just add this whole thing in a thicker antiquing wax, or the antique gold, but I'm going to walk away from it and come back to it and then see if that's what I want to do with it. So, yeah, that's all I've got for y'all tonight. I hope you're inspired by this project. I hope you love this project as much as I do. That is gorgeous, y'all. So pretty. I'm ecstatic with the way this turned out. So like I said, if you are interested in the transfers or any of the rice papers, just say interested. I will send y'all the link either tonight or tomorrow, depending on how Facebook lets me do my links. But y'all, I appreciate y'all being here. Oh, thank you, Maggie. I appreciate that. Thanks, Jennifer. Yeah, so I will be back next Tuesday night at 8 p.m. Central. We do a decoupage project, mold projects, transfers with IODs, and of course all of this is available over at decoupagecentral.com, and I can send you my affiliate link if you would like. Just let me know. And y'all, so pretty. I can't get over how pretty that is. And we've got the Yellow Roses of Texas for Texas on here. So awesome. Thank you, Teresa. Thanks, Kathy. I will see y'all either over here at 1 p.m. on Sunday. Thank you, Kathleen, for the stars, or next Tuesday at 8 p.m. over here, guys. So be blessed. Have a great day or great evening and the rest of your week. And if you missed the rice papers that I showed at the beginning of the live, go back and check the beginning of the replay so you can see what all we discussed and showed y'all. So have a great one, and I'll see y'all soon. Bye, guys.